Hey everybody, welcome back to the Freed Family Farm. I'm Tim, thanks for joining us today. And today I am at the original Freed Family Farm. We have just a little patch out at my grandma's farm. Oh, it's about 20 minutes or so from our house and from our big main garden. But we have had a little patch here that we have used for the last couple of years, and we've done just pumpkins out here. This year we're planning to do tomatoes out here, and as you can see, we didn't quite finish up cleaning it out last year. So today, I'm gonna spend just a little bit of time cleaning this up and getting moving on there. We had some real good rain the last couple of days, and so getting some good moisture in the soil. The weather is warming up. It's time to start thinking about getting tomatoes in soon. But first, we need to prep the area and figure out exactly how much area we have for it here. So we're doing tomatoes here this year. We try to find something that is a bit less maintenance, as we can't get out this far every day. But we try to shoot for a couple times a week, and so we've done squash, pumpkins, and such out here before. This year, we are going to try tomatoes and peppers out here. And we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so I mean, you can just see it is just gorgeous out here. Lovely blue sky, clouds. But yeah, it's a nice slight breeze. The weather is good. It's a little cool. But yeah, so I'm going to get to work here on this as we keep moving forward. All right, well, we got most of the stuff off. The vines and stuff from the pumpkins that we had here before. You can see that there's still stuff here. We decided not to pick that all up. Let me see if I can find good here. Let's see here. So looking here, you can see it's actually full of a lot of rabbit poop. And we scared up a rabbit when we first came out. And I was like, oh, that's weird. We haven't seen too many rabbits around here. But it looks like this whole area, it's kind of the composted leaves from the pumpkins, along with a bunch of rabbit poop, which we're going to leave there for now as, with the hopes of it being a good fertilizer. But I don't know. That means that the rabbits have learned that this is a good home, and that's not ideal. Because we don't want them to eat everything we grow in our garden. So I don't know exactly how bad they'll be for tomatoes and peppers that we have out here. So we'll see. We'll have to kind of play that by ear a bit, watching as they go, see what we can do about it. I don't know much that we can do about it, but they've learned that this is a safe place for them. Also, while we were going, we actually scared up a mouse. It was a big mouse, and it had like 7 or 8 babies on its back, and it was carrying them, and it ran into that lilac bush back there. But it dropped one of the babies, and we carefully, without touching it, maneuvered that baby into the bush, and hopefully the mama came back for it. I don't know. It wasn't there again when I checked again, so hopefully they're reunited. Not that I'm too worried about a mouse, but kind of how it goes. So yeah, my dad and my daughters came out and helped me today, and they were excited to see those things too, as we go. But yeah, so cleaned up. We measured just to make sure that we have enough room, and it's going to be 1 cattle panel per row. We use the cattle panel as the trellises for our tomatoes, 1 per row. We might be able to get 12 or 13 of those in. Which will be more than we did last year. We'll see how much we can get our hands on too. But yeah, all right, thanks for checking in. Hi, we are back at our lot garden here in town, doing some mowing now. Wanted to share with you a little bit about some of what we do when we mow. I mean, you can see here that we have space between our rows and our weed fabric, which leaves the question, what do we do about the weeds in where the plants are? One thing we do is, you can see here, we mulch with our grass clippings from the mowing. And so what I'm doing right now is I am doing just the lettuce row. Probably that's all I'll do today just because of time-wise, and the mowing needs to get done. But what we do, yeah, so we mulch here and get it good and thick over everything, obviously leaving the lettuce out so that you can see it can still grow there, but we can block out weeds, and I think that it's pretty effective. Trying to get it done timely manner this year before the weeds really establish, and really we're finding that we need to do some more weeding, hoeing out rows and such before we get them all in and done. Part of our goal was to do it before we add seed to some places, and then when it's time to seed, we just move the mulch out of the way, seed, and then after they're sprouted and well established, we'd push the mulch back. But that's what we've got. So you can see here, and this is the first row we're doing this year, and really we're just doing one row today. But we'll keep working towards more and more goals here. As you can see, it's kind of how we do it. We use a riding mower that has a bagging attachment, and then I stop every so often when it's full, which is like a down and back. So it gets kind of annoying. When there's two of us, when my wife is working or my dad is working with me, it can go pretty quickly actually, with one person doing it while the other person is doing the mowing. So I just thought I'd give that little update, and we'll check back in later. Hi, it's now Monday, April 28th, 2025, and not as much of a push in the garden today as sometimes, but some serious weeding that we're hoping to get done today. My son came and he helped with some trimming of our fruit trees. You can see here, I'll do a little bit more for you in a minute, but he helped trim up our fruit trees here, and they were bad. So our goal today was not perfect, but good enough. As kind of we do good enough each time and get a little bit better each time. But yeah, our goal was to trim these trees up partly just so that we can get the lawnmower through. You can see it's quite windy. It feels kind of ominous, storm-like, and we've got a pretty big chance of some severe weather today. It turns out that it's not as big of a chance as we had thought over the weekend, but we'll see what happens. And yeah, we're keeping an eye on the weather and the radar and stuff. We've been rained on, just a little bit of rain a couple of times, nothing big. But yeah, so we trimmed up these trees. Gonna do some more weeding. I'll show you here, the reverse angle here, and we'll show you kind of what was going on with the trees. All right, you can see down here where it's been, just looking at the ground, you can tell I haven't been able to get around these trees for quite some time. In a previous video I showed you, you can see also how low some of these branches were that we cut. We didn't worry too much about thinning everything out in the middle as maybe we should have, but this is a Honeycrisp apple tree that hopefully giving some of that will help maybe produce a few more apples this year. We'll see. And then coming around here, this is a honey gold tree. We trimmed up around the bottom again some here, and I really probably should go ahead and cut off here and here, but I didn't bring my chainsaw today because of the rain chance. I didn't want it to get rained on. We just have a small electric chainsaw, and so we will probably at some point come back and do those. But we trimmed up. Again, the mower can get around, but look at these. We have potential for a ton of apples in this tree this year. This is honey gold tree, and look at all of these. We might have to do some thinning of them and see where we go here. Pear tree is next, and again, that bottom branch there, probably come back later with the chainsaw and do it. But yeah, you can see the area that I haven't been able to mow because of the branches that were so low. So we're doing a lot of trimming there. And then we come to the peach tree. Our peach tree still is kind of sad. We trimmed quite a bit off of it again, and we'll kind of see here what that does. Again, no flowers this year, so we probably won't have any peaches this year anyway, so probably a good year to really do some of that and get some of that trimmed up a bit more here even. But that is where our fruit trees stand right now. Well, we just got done with a little bit of weeding. Probably spent about an hour weeding the onions and the garlic by hand. My son was a huge help, and really got to enjoy some time just chatting with him and talking, and I really appreciate that. One of the cool things about gardening with your family. But yeah, so we got those weeded, and yeah, making good progress. It's crazy how we already have so many weeds. This feels early in the season. Last year we got really behind on some of our weeds, especially like in our onion row. So this year we're looking to really prioritize that as we keep moving forward. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at now. I think that we'll call it for today's video. But yeah, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate you coming along and checking it out. Let us know what you think. If you have any questions or comments or advice for us, we'd be glad to hear it. All right, thanks for joining us at the Freed Family Farm. Have a good day.